what you can see I've done here is lay out with an alternating pattern on the joist, and I'll show you. So this is a subfloor. One of these is butted up to there, to the first lip now, or to the first tongue as it come out, because this will be the forming the groove. Tongue will go in here, so the first edge of the groove. But since this is down on both sides, and I've created extra support here, this will be supporting the floor. The subfloor will be butted up to here, and I will trim these. As you see, one board comes up, it will end on this joist, and alternating will end on this joist, and be all flat like this. Once I rip them down, or once I chop them down to size, and then since it's not exactly even, that leftover space, which is not as wide as a full plank, I will just rip it to the width I need. I'll put that in the center where I've got the joists supported, and it will give me just a nice flat floor that's boxed in all the way around by the grooves and supported by this bit of the logs on the outside. And again, these are going to be just set in place as a subfloor, because I'll do the same thing on top of it and have them just be offset to these, and this will be in combination with the joists what really support the finished surface floor. And over there on my pie, you can see I have those planks there, which are a little bit shorter than these ones here. I'm going to use the longer ones for the finished floor so that I can offset a little bit better, and I'll still make them end on joists and have it totally flush, but then I will, where the ends meet, I will put screws in here and here with the joists covering this area, so that nothing lifts, and then all the way around the perimeter it will be held in, because these outside walls are not going to end here, they're going to end here, so that will be holding them down. I won't need to be doing anything else to hide the edge of the floor, won't be losing any space that way. I just built that in so I don't have to do anything further, and I'll have that floor flat and held down all the way around and tucked under the entire wall, so it'll be tight. And then we'll have the overlap, so you can see here where the boards join. Once that's totally flush, they will be like that. So here's the joint between this plank and that plank, and then the top floor will be crossed like that, so that we won't have any kind of a draft or anything coming up through the floor boards. And I'm going to do this before I do the rest, so that I can build it under the wall all the way around, and so that finishing it, at least getting it sanded and stained, will be easier. So I'll still be working on it for all of the rest of the project, but I can get it sanded all the way to the edge, flush and comfortable for me. So that's the plan so far, and you can join me for another walk through the center where everything's flush. So that's, got my working shoes on here. That's my first walk through on the subfloor pre-cut for the whole project. Got my my planks there that'll form the floor. That should be enough for the whole thing. And that's the pre-cut layout for us. Thank you for joining me for this quick update. Again, please share my videos and subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell so that you can get notifications when I update new ones. And that is it. So I might be on a little hiatus over the holidays for some family reasons, but after that I'll get updates much more regularly for you. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me. And hey, if you have any comments or experience with doing anything similar to this, or something that has worked well for you or has worked out terribly for you, then please let me know. Also, I don't have any insulation beyond the double thick floor on here, and I could put something in between those joists before I put the upper layer of the floor on. If you have had experiences with that, then please let me know. I do have a wood stove. I could potentially use this one in here, so it's not going to be really big. That would be overkill for the space. I'd like to get eventually a really small potbelly stove, kind of antique appearance. I just like the way those look, so that's what I hope to do eventually. But I'm not super worried about insulation on the floor right now because, like I said, this is a temporary position. It's not going to stay here. And I have thought about, like Boss of the Swamp mentions, putting that bubble aluminum foil faced bubble wrap under here between the joists and just stapling it to the edges, which is something that would be really easy to do. But right now, since I'm doing this on as small a budget as possible, I am just going to forego that because this will be totally functional, and like you see there, it'll be totally smooth and secure, because this is just laid out and this is holding me up plenty fine. And there's going to be a layer that goes on top of this, so that's, I'm not worried about stability. Just if you do have any comments or suggestions about heat retention and your ideas on how you think this floor might do, if you think it's enough, or if you think in the future I should, when it's to its permanent location, you have suggestions on how to insulate that, and then please do hook me up with a comment below. I will definitely read it and appreciate it. So thank you much. Ciao.